Gracious God, creator of the universe, and yet the lover of my soul. Alpha and Omega, and yet I can call you friend. I don't have to beg you for anything, but I can thank you for everything. God, I thank you because this is the day that you have made, and I can rejoice and be glad in it. Thank you for this day of magnificence and glory and splendor. God, I thank you for life, health, and for strength. I thank you for soundness of mind. I thank you for peace, love, and joy. I thank you for the essence of you that envelops me right now, from the crown of my head to the soles of my feet. We thank you for this day of manifestation. We thank you for the day of revelation. We thank you for the day of impartation. We thank you as you move in the midst of your people to bring us to the greatest times that we've ever seen since the foundation of the world. Thank you, Lord, that for this time and for this season, you've allowed us to be a part of your move in the face of the earth. I thank you, God, for the revolution that you're bringing forth, God, even in the midst of the earth right now. And I thank you for the opportunity to be a part of what you're doing in this hour, because in the last days, saith God, you said you would pour out your spirit on all flesh. And so now we thank you for the pouring out. God, I thank you for the rain and the move of your spirit. I thank you for fresh oil. I thank you for new wine. I thank you for the new thing that you're doing. I thank you now that it does spring forth. I thank you, Lord, that you've called us to be the head and not the tail. You've called us to be above only and not beneath. You've called us to be the lender and not the borrower. You've called, God, that our storehouses would be full and increase. God, I thank you because even I decree and declare that the people under the sound of my voice, even now, are moving in the might of your strength. Not by might nor by power, but by your spirit. I thank you for those that are the sons and daughters of God that are called because they walk not after the flesh, but after your spirit. I thank you for the rising up of the people of your kingdom. I thank you that your kingdom come. I thank you that your will be done, even now in earth as it is in heaven. I thank you, Lord, because you are moving in the midst of your people mightily as never before. Raise us up, oh God, to the standard of what you've called us to be. God, I thank you for the standard of greatness. I thank you for the standard of holiness. I thank you for the standard of moving as the sons and daughters of yours, and not as vagabonds, not as those that never knew you, not as those that are confused and confounded, but God, those that know who they are in you. I thank you for the knowing. I thank you, God, for knowing you. I thank you for knowing your presence. Thank you for knowing your Holy Ghost power that gives us the ability to be successful. Your anointing that gives us the power to rise up and be called blessed. Thank you for that is in us. Thank you, God, for all things that pertain to life and godliness. Thank you because we are not confused. We are not deceived. And we thank you for that clarity of mind and the clarity of vision that allows us to walk forth as kings and queens, as princes and princesses in the kingdom that walk in the earth. We thank you that we are your beloved, and we rise up as the apple of your eye. We rise up, oh God, as those that you love with all of your heart, and God, we love you back. I thank you for soundness of mind. I thank you for soundness of spirit. I thank you that healing is our bread, healing is our deliverance. By the stripes of Jesus, we're already healed, and we speak forth that healing even now for those that need it. Thank you, God, for every stripe that was taken. Thank you for the bruising. Thank you that he was wounded for our transgressions, bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him. God, with those same stripes we declare and we speak healing in Jesus' name. We give you glory, we give you peace, we give you honor, we give you blessing, we give you might. We ascribe all of these things unto you because they are yours. Thank you, the fruit of my lips giving thanks unto your name, ever giving you all that is yours. Glory, honor, power, dominion, majesty. It's yours. I decree it and I speak it In the mighty name of Jesus, it is so. Amen and amen.
Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. I want to welcome you to another edition of Yes You O Cubed. What does O Cubed stand for? One-on-one, because it's just me and you. I am your spiritual thought leader, Regina L. Stillman, and I'm so glad that you joined me on today. Today is Friday, y'all, September the 9th in the year 2022. And you know how we do it. On a Friday, it's another day's journey, and we made it. Hey! Come on in here. Through many dangers, toils, and snares, baby, we've already come. And it's grace that brought us safe thus far. And grace is gonna lead us on. It's a fresh start Friday. Come on and shout it out. Pick it up and put it down. Pick them up and put it down. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. It's a fresh start Friday, and we have made it. I feel like running and leaping and jumping over walls. That's the way I feel, because we made it this week. Good morning to you. I want to give all the love, the blessings, and peace, joy, and happiness to you for everybody that made it in here this morning. Truly, it is another day's journey, and we're glad about it, y'all. We are glad about it. Now, you know how we get it started. You know how we get it started. We like to look at those that came in to the VIP section, and the VIP section is comprised of those that want to come in, bring love, joy, peace, soul, and happiness into the Lions Den to make sure there's plenty of it here by the time we get here at 7 o'clock. And yes, they come in at 12 o'clock sharp, babies. They come in at 12:00 sharp and after to make sure there's love, joy, peace, soul, and happiness in the Lions Den for you when you arrive. So let's start. The fourth person in the Lions Den this morning, none other than our head usher in the person of Miss Fabulous. Good morning to you, my beautiful friend. And thank you for coming on in the Lions Den this morning. We appreciate you for getting in that VIP section. Now, the third person in the VIP section this morning was none other than Den Darn. Come on and get your lips, hips, and your fingertips and have a seat right over there on the love seat, my dear. Have a seat right over there, and blessings right back to you. Yes, she comes in roaring. She comes in praying. She comes in giving hugs, wearing that royal crown, and giving all the love she can, and all of that right back to you, my sister. Now, the second person to make it into the Lions Den this morning, y'all, was none other than Truck driver, you did that. Come on, my brother. Yes, that's my Mufasa. That's our Lion King. So much love to you, James Sims. All kind of love for you in the Lion's Den. You know you my guy. Thank you for coming in, and I promise you, anytime you see his face in the room, it's going to be plenty of love for everybody there. But the winner of Grandpa Holmes' chair is none other than Kim Possible, girl, you are the winner of Grandpa Holmes' chair. Get your lips, get your hips, get your fingertips, and go on over there and have a seat, sis. Go on over there and have a seat. You did that. 12:00 on the dot. The pastor from the ATL came on up in here. And I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Now, while you see that beautiful face up there on the screen, y'all, let me also acknowledge that today, as every Friday, today at 12 o'clock Central Time, right here in this channel, Kim Possible 711, yes, the pastor from the ATL, along with Crazy Berrytown, will be hosting Good Grief at 12 o'clock. It's a healthy journey through grief, and we always want you to know on this journey, you are not alone. So we want to invite you to come back right here, this same space, this same place at 12 o'clock. And we will be hosting Good Grief with our pastor from the ATL, Kim Possible 711, along with Crazy Berrytown. They do such a phenomenal job. I just want you to know, if you're missing that, you are missing a treat without a doubt. Now, you know how we like to do it. Get that mod love out. Get that mod love out. Get that mod love out. Because I like to just talk about these beautiful moderators that take care of us here. Up above my head, I hear thunder in the air. There must be a Shelly thunder somewhere. Yes, that's my prophetess. That's my prophetess right there. I appreciate her for all that she does in the Lion's Den and every place else. Thank you for that mod love. I see you. I see you, SK8843. Get that mod love going. And then, of course, we have the leader of the pack, none other than the Rebel Inc. Yes, she's back, y'all. She's back. We will be transitioning and rating her as soon as we complete this stream on today. I tell you what, that's my day one. That's my Ace Boon Coon. That is my heartbeat right there that keeps us going, y'all. She keeps us going. When we would have been shut down and stunted and stopped, I'm telling you, the Rebel Inc. works untiringly to make sure that this stream continues. Thank you so much, and put that mod love up there, and we'll see you in just a few. And that is the Galactic Supervisor. Now, here we go. She's in the room this morning. Michelle Brownell. I call her my quiet storm because, baby, she changes the atmosphere just by being in the room. I love all three of these beautiful ladies. They are my blessed trinity. I am so happy for them. I could not make it without them. I just want you to know, hear me loud and clear. I couldn't make it without them. So that mod love, I see you, Kim Possible. I see you, Fair. She's back. Yes, Fairly all day. She is back, and we will be rating her as soon as we leave here on this fine day. I love these beautiful ladies, and you know what? I have no doubt they love me back. And I feel so good. Now listen. Go ahead and get those coffee cups out. Get those coffee cups out. Get those coffee cups out, because you know how we do it. As my mother says, when somebody comes in the room, speak to somebody. So we like to take this time just to go around and say good morning to everybody that came in the Lion's Den this morning. And to those of you that are not in my chat, it's okay. You don't have to be in the chat, babies. You don't have to be in the chat. I appreciate you for being here, and your presence still makes all the difference in the world. Now let's look. The Rebel Inc. Good morning to you. I see you. My dearest friend, Fairly all day. Peace and blessings on you on this Fresh Start Friday. Good morning to you, and I see you. Coming on down, and I'm looking and I'm booking downtown Melvin Brown, my friend from Kansas City. He's in the room this morning, y'all, and I appreciate you, Melvin. So much love to you, my friend. Come on, let's pick him up and put him out, because that's my shouting partner right there. SK8843, my blood, flesh, and kin. I so love you this morning, and I see you in the room, and I see you roaring already. James Sims, otherwise known as Truck Driver, he's in the room, y'all, and so much mad love for this brother. Come on and be safe out there on those highways and byways as you're driving and traveling along the way. Tall Pumps is pumping tall. That's my girl right there, and so much love to you. Blessings upon blessings to you this morning, sweetheart. One reason he got elevated on Tuesday, y'all, just in case you didn't know, he was the bishop. Now he's the archbishop. The archbishop is invisible, but he's in the room. Good Good morning to you, One Reason. He is a streamer. He's my brother and my friend. If you're not following One Reason, make sure that you get out there, quit your wicked ways, and please follow him as well as the Rebel Inc. I want y'all to be blessed, and they will bless your whole life. I promise you they will. And while I'm on that, Tall Pumps is the moderator for Woman Unsilenced. Please follow her. And Fairly All Day is the moderator for you know who I'm talking about, Dr. Daddy Priest. Those are my friends, y'all, and I want you all to go out there and follow them as well. Love, love, love to these awesome people that are here in the room. Stacy 546 is in the room. I see you, my sis, and so much love coming to you. Joanna G is my sister, y'all, and she's traveling on her way to work, but she wanted to check in and say good morning to everybody. And baby, we want to say good morning right back to you. Please be safe out there in those highways and byways. Michelle Browno. Oh, come on, Joanna G. Thank you for that. That's what I'll tell you. My moderators keep me together. Joanna G is also a moderator for Dr. Daddy Priest, and we appreciate all the work that you're doing out here in the vineyard. Michelle Browno. I told you that's my quiet storm. She's in here this morning, and good morning to you, my friend. Mad love all day long. Coming on down, and I'm looking and I'm booking, and Den Darn is in the room all the way from the UK. Yes, she's the one that gave us the breaking news online on yesterday that the Queen was in a perilous state. And as we lift up the country of UK and England together, and all of the colonies that fall under the crown, our love and our prayers are to you, even in the demise of the Queen, Den Darn. And thank you for keeping me posted. I'm telling you, y'all keep me Johnny on the spot. Y'all keep me right there. Y'all keep me right there with the information in the 411 Connect. I appreciate you for that. Coming on down, and I'm looking and I'm booking and I'm seeing who else is in the Lion's Den this morning. I'm looking and I'm booking, and Kim Possible 711 is in the room. So much mad love to you, Pastor. So much mad love coming to you. Kelly Davis, good morning. There's another friend from Kansas City. It's so good to see you in the room, sis. It's so good to see you in the room. Come on in here and make yourself comfortable in the Lion's Den, because the Lion's Den is sending you all kinds of mad love, peace, joy, and happiness on this fine Fresh Start Friday. Thank you for coming in and spending your time with us this morning. Wow, it's good to see your name. That's just a blessing and a refreshing right there. So much love to you, sis. Coming on down, and I'm looking and I'm booking, and I see those coffee cups, Stacy. I see you, Den Darn. I see you, Fairly All Day. I see you, SK. I see you, the Rebel Inc. I see you. And Cassandra Woke, y'all, in 2022. You better ask somebody. Cassandra Woke, good morning to you, and that's my sassy, classy slide and glide right there. Come on here. MCP 812. That's my sister cousin, and so much mad love coming to you on this Fresh Start Friday. Come on in the room, sis, and nothing but love, hugs, and kisses to you right now. Appreciate you so much, and all the energy and love that you bring into the Lion's Den. Well, I think that's everybody I see in my chat so far. And again, if you're not in my chat, but you're just auditing and listening on today, I'm so glad that you're here. So glad you're here. I'm so glad that you're here. And I appreciate you being in the midst with us on today. Now, let's go ahead and get this party started, and let's get this party crack-a-lacking, because I don't know about you, but I know some of y'all been having DTs. Yes, full-on delirium tremors, trying to get and missing all of the y'all, because y'all addicted to the Rebel Inc. Y'all addicted to that pizza. You're addicted to those rebellions. You're just addicted. We're trying to hurry up and get out of here so we can make it over to Rebel's house and have a good time on this morning. So let's get ready. Let's say what we're going to say, and then let's do what we're going to do. Say what you mean what you say, and do what you say you mean. Let's get in here this morning and talk about what had happened was, whilst we slumbered, slept, and slobbered. Let me invite you to run to the roar. I got that from Dr. Dady Priest. Y'all come up with the best things. Run to the roar. I said, girl, you done listen. And then I got Bishop One Reason over there telling the folks, don't be afraid of the roar. Y'all, I just love it. I need y'all on my marketing team. How about that? Now, as we talk about what had happened was, while we slumbered, slept, and slobbered, obviously, mainline and top of the brain news is revolving around the demise of Queen Elizabeth II. Come on, I see you running, Cassandra. I see you. Run to the roar, baby. Run to the roar. I love you, girl. I love you. Y'all just the cracks. Y'all are the cracks. I know the world is reeling and rocking. 70 years. My goodness, y'all. 70 years. That is longer than some people have been alive. This blessed woman has served the crown. That's what I can say about it. She has served the crown. And of course, how she came into it, the uncle saying, listen, I don't want to be the king because I got other things on my agenda. Then her father being made the king. And then, of course, that put her right in line since she was the eldest of her siblings. And at her father's demise, she took over the kingdom. And I tell you, 70 years is a long time. 50 years plus with her husband. And, I think there was some question and sense of feeling that after her husband passed, that there would possibly be a length of days shortened for her. They had been together for so long. And, sometimes it's just like that when you see a couple that has spent their whole time together and then to have that transitional change of moving from one terrestrial plane to the next. Sometimes it just happens that way. I can remember personally in one particular incident where a husband and wife had been married well over 50 some odd years. And when she passed, man, there was nothing wrong with Elder Lockett, but man, in less than a week's time, he was out of here. And so, there was that concern that there might be a change in her health status and well-being after the demise of her husband. So, I don't know if that had a lot of impact or not. I do know that it is hard sometimes to make certain shifts and changes, as well as the fact the woman was 90 plus years old, had lived a long, beautiful life. And Charles starts as king at 73 years old, Kim Possible. He starts as king at 73 years old. So yes, rest peacefully, Her Majesty, Queen Elizabeth II. And so Charles is now King Charles III, King Charles III, starting at 73 years old, which pretty much guarantees that his son is going to have some time of reign. So, at 73 years old, even at 30 more years, that would put him, at 100 years old. And so, you got all of these to think about with Prince William and whether or not that will pass on to him. We're quite certain that unless something should happen, that he would go on to his great reward within the next 30 years, which would pave the way and open the door for William to be in succession. Good morning, woman unsilenced. It's good to see you this morning. You were sleeper and slumbering and slobbering. I've already mentioned her, but let me mention her again. If you're not following Woman Unsilenced, please follow her. And so much love coming to you. Now, Den Darn, you're in the room. And when you start talking about royal titles, because there is something, Prince William has now taken on additional titles. And so, when you start talking about titles and succession and all of that, William's going to be there soon. That would be my thought. And that would be my opinion, Den Darn. So now if something were to happen to William, since they've put Harry out to pasture, gesture. I'm just interested to know what would happen. God forbid, as we say, God save the king, God save the king, and the king to be when he and as he should get in that situation. If something happened to William, where's the crown going after that? Since Harry's been put out to pasture, I'm just trying to understand how that works. If you got some insight, then it goes to William's children. Thank you. Okay. So, I didn't think about that. I absolutely positively what's his name? What's that child's name? I can't think of William Nim's son. But at the end of the day, I didn't even think about his children. So thank you for that. I just from my memory and mind had just obliterated the reality that William and his wife, is her name Kate? Had children. I forgot all about that. So yes, that would be the order of succession. You don't understand the money part though. We're supposed to be in a deficit, no money to keep up with inflation, but apparently all the money is going to change as Charles is king. There's always an interesting dynamic anytime money's involved, in darn. There's always, and I don't even pretend to know all of the ins and outs of the UK and how all of that is put together. I don't know how, even for the countries that are colonized. Thank you, Stacy. The name is George. Thank you. One of them is named George. He has 2 boys and a girl. Thank you. Prince George. Thank you. Y'all helping me out. Y'all know, because when my brain is at a deficit, y'all just make me look like I know what I'm talking about. And I appreciate you for that. His wife wouldn't become the queen. Tall Pumps is asking. So at the end of the day, I'm queen consort. Thank you for that. And that's why I say, and they're very specific about the titles. You're talking about over 1,000 years of reign, literally over 1,000 years worth of reign. And this system has been in place. It's very closely followed and adhered to. I will say that I think Queen Elizabeth in her second Elizabethan reign brought back a lot of the pomp and circumstance and a lot of that was kind of, I want to say, had gotten kind of wonky with her uncle and his change up that he did. She came back and was steady. And I do feel that she probably was an anchor back to that system. Now, I've looked and in no disrespect whatsoever to Her Majesty, the Queen, the late Her Majesty and the Queen. I've seen so many of the colonized areas that are absolutely commenting. I had to think of a word, and I want to be careful how I say this because I don't want to, even in her demise, express any disrespect. But many of the colonies are still unhappy about being colonized. So therein, I've seen, oh my God, just a lot of conversation from the various areas and colonies and people from within that are really expressing some heartfelt negativity about all of this process. And I can understand that as well. So as all of this is changing and as all of this is coming to the fore, it's like, what does the future really look like? What does the future really hold? It's one of those things that it's kind of like Prince Philip. Thank you. I see you guys talking over here. John Studios is in the room. Come on in here, sir. Come on. He is a streamer. I love this brother. He is just the epitome of love walking personified. Good to see you this morning, sir. Come on in the room. So much love coming to you. So at the end of the day, there's a lot of question about what the future holds for England and the United Kingdom as a whole, and those colonies. And so will that continue to be? Inquiring minds want to know. Colonies are continuing to insist and want their independence. Will that take place as times they are a-changing? Will the king, His Majesty, King Charles III, will he begin to take a different position and a different stance with regard to the colonies that they still hold. Inquiring minds want to know. And then if we come back to Din Darn, who is a resident of the UK, and I appreciate you coming in every morning and being here with us. The question of what's happening with the money and the changes and the different things that are going on with the money. It's just a tremendous transition, notwithstanding they just got a new, oh my goodness, help me with the prime minister. They just got a new prime minister. As a matter of fact, I want to say, would that not have been the last public appearance that was made of Her Majesty the Queen for the prime minister? So, you know, there's so much transition that's going on. It's just amazing. Prince George of Cambridge, Princess Charlotte of Cambridge, and Prince Louis of Cambridge, William's children's names. Thank you so much for that, Din Darn. Thank you so much for that. And we definitely want to be respectful in her demise. Crazy Berrytown, come on in here this morning. That's my girl. That's my beautiful friend that will Zumba you to Zion. Come on in here. And again, at 12 o'clock noon, she will be here with Kim Possible, 7-Eleven in Good Grief. That's my girl. I just love her. Just love her. Just love her. Good morning to you. You have followed the world since Princess Diana. I've seen a whole lot of comments about Princess Diana in this last 24-hour period as well. So the Queen has served well. Rest in peace. Come on, Your Highness. Heaven help us all. Thank you for that, Cassandra. So the questions are abounding as to what changes might be on the horizon, even with the demise of Her Majesty the Queen. Will there be adjustments, or will there be a continuation of adherence to 1,000 years plus of history along that same path? Inquiring minds want to know, and we shall see. Yes, it was her last public appearance. I thought it was. So transition. There's so much transition in the land right now, period. So, you know, it's a lot of Kim Possible. Let's ask Din Darn, how much power does the royal family actually have? Because Kim is questioning whether or not that's not just a figurehead position and a figurehead scenario with minimal powers. And you can probably speak more directly to that, Din Darn. So go ahead and share in that. Din Darn said Prince Philip, the Queen's mother, and Charles' wife were all consorts. The Queen made a point of including Camilla because she was married before Charles. Come on with that. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. So at the end of the day, oh yes, SK, change, it is a happening. Change, it is a happening. So Din Darn is confirming, yes, that is correct. So change. And there's nothing wrong with change. I think change is good. And so as we move forward, that's it. And that is thank you for that, John. They say that the royal family reigns, but it doesn't rule. And that is definitely, as they say, the royal family reigns, but they don't rule. And thank you for that. Prince Philip, let's see, I'm trying to make sure I'm going to get all these comments in. So I just wanted to, Tall Pumps, Princess Fergie don't get no love. You know, I did watch a very nice documentary of the grandchildren talking about their grandmother. And they each had pet names for their grandmother, all of them not the same. So I did get to see the granddaughters talking, and it was quite refreshing. And they had very, very wholesome and happy memories of their grandmother. And they talked about how she was in the public eye, but how she was behind the scenes with the family. She was a family person, as they reported in the interview that I saw yesterday, and did a lot of very personal things with them individually to make them feel like they mattered, to make them feel as though they were important. And as one said, she would often ask them, what did they think? She may give her opinion or not, but her greatest emphasis was always a matter of concentrating on their thoughts, on their feelings, on their ideas. So at the end of the day, They had very, very fond memories. And that's one thing I think we always have to remember about people, period. I don't care what their positions are. I don't care what their titles are. They're still people. And it was very refreshing to me to hear the granddaughters talk, and listening to them talk about their grandmother was just like any of us would talk about our grandmother. And that's a good feeling and a good sense of reconnecting the reality that at the end of the day, she was a mother and a grandmother and a great grandmother to a family that had familial ties that exceeded beyond just the fact that she was the queen. So I enjoyed listening to those, and I want us to continue to anybody. I don't care who they are. I don't care what position they hold. Remember that they're just people, and they're real people. They have feelings, thoughts, and emotions. But as someone said earlier, I can't remember exactly who it was. I believe, whether you agree with all of the politics and everything else, I believe that she served the crown and the kingdom very well. I believe she served the kingdom and the crown very well. Now, Dendarn answered a question that I posed earlier. If anything were to happen to William and his children, God forbid, then Harry would still be next in line. Okay, and I didn't know, since all of his, as far as I understood, he had been stripped. So I didn't know how that impacted in that regard. So thank you for that. Thank you for that. Dendarn, it's always good. And I don't know if you all realize, Dendarn is from the UK, and she comes in every morning and spends time with us and shares and is so loving toward us by way of Jamaica. She is Jamaican. And so I appreciate your knowledge of these questions that we don't necessarily know, because we don't have as much close tie as you are as a resident of that kingdom. And so I appreciate you for answering questions that we had on this morning and sharing your insight and your input. And even as I said on yesterday, you were the source of the breaking news when you began to share here in the stream that the Queen, it was reported the Queen had fallen gravely ill. So I again thank you for that. Harry remains in the order of succession and is fifth in line to the throne, despite a controversial decision to step back from royal duties and move on to the United States with his wife, Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, where they live with their two children, Archie and Lilibet. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate, there's so much in this room, y'all. There's so much in the Lion's Den. The richness here, I just love it. I just absolutely positively love it. So there we go. God rest her, and job well done. Now, as we move on about what happened while we slumbered, slept, and slobbered, this story came out on today as a late breaking. Pastor Baloo, the eagle, is in the room. Good morning to you, sir. Good morning to you. Pastor Baloo is the pastor of Zion Travelers in Kansas City, Kansas. Anybody that's in that area, I implore you, go see this brother. He's going to bless your whole entire life. Good morning to you, sir. An heir and a spare. John. I love it. I love it. I love it. Now, this is a late breaking because and CNN is reporting that they're releasing it as an exclusive. The Texas DPS chief rejects claims of a cover-up in the Uvalde investigation and denies that he was telling his captains that no one was going to lose their job. Woman unsilenced, I see your coffee cup. I see your coffee cup. I see your coffee cup. Now, at the end of the day, this Uvalde debacle is just absolutely, positively horrendous. Now, how are you going to tell folks in an alleged investigation, before the investigation's even concluded, and possibly even before the investigation supposedly started, nobody's going to lose their jobs? Now, y'all remember and listen, we don't have to go way back. We don't have to go way back. These are the gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. These are the people that as the Charons and the teachers were in the classroom being shot down and mowed down with the AK by one individual only. This is what we saw them doing outside the doors. The picture of them on their phones is a whole mess. This is what we saw them do it. And I believe he said it, then darn, and I believe. Well, I believe. Y'all remember that song? I believe. That's what I feel like. I believe it too. Now, listen, SK, we don't just throw shade, we shed light. You know what I'm saying? We don't just throw shade, we shed light. Now, wait a minute, Rebel. I need a clip of that myself. At the end of the day, this is what we saw them doing as they heard and listened to gunshots for over 70 plus minutes. Now, you know how I feel about this. Could it be? The devil? Baby, that ain't nothing but that old slimy slewfoot devil. Now, how you gonna say and tell these folk ain't nobody gonna lose their jobs? How you gonna tell them as they listened to these babies? This one, you know what, and I shared this, I believe, on Tuesday, the video of the little boy that actually survived and talked and recounted about how he was crouched on the floor under the table, hiding and shivering as he visibly watched his teachers and however many of his student classmates be killed right there in front of his eyes, and him saying, I don't want to go back to school. They're not going to protect us. I don't want to go back to school. As he stood there and endured all of this foolishness. Go Ratty is in the room. Come on, Brother Canada. Good morning to you, sir. And so much love coming to you. So much love coming to you, King. Come on in the room. Now, as they're investigating, I feel, as many of you do, every last one of them. And let me just put the picture up there for you one more. And again, every last one of them need to be terminated. I said what I said. They need to go. Do you mean to tell me? Let's just look at this picture right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on their phones. 5 full armored, body armored, armed with weapons men could not go in and subdue one 17-year-old individual, however the boy was. I can't even remember. You didn't have enough testosterone. I want to say something else. You didn't have enough something that y'all couldn't have figured out a way to go in together. These are kids unarmed. These are teachers unarmed. These are innocent folk unarmed. But no, listen, what are you doing? No. You are out here on your phone standing and doing nothing. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? What is there to investigate? Not only do they all need to lose their jobs, they all need to face charges for blatant neglect of their duties to serve and protect. Come on here, Kim Possible. And you gonna tell these jokers that nobody's gonna lose. I didn't say that. I believe he said it too, then darn. I believe he said it too. And at the end of the day, this is how we get Royal Confessions. Nope. Gotta go right now. Good morning to you, Iron. I'm just looking at that and I'm saying, if that ain't a shameful God.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
What are we paying you for? In the time of extreme need for your protection, you all are out here on your phones for 70 plus minutes. I just can't. I cannot. Take your job and your pension. Take your job and your pension. Because you can't explain that away, baby. You can't explain that away while babies are lying and dying in the room. And as somebody said, if they had taken action, possibly some of them that were shot could have gotten some help and survived it. But you got kids just in here bleeding out on the floor 70 plus minutes. Whew. Ballless. MCP, yes. Thank you for speaking on my behalf, MCP 812. Thank you for speaking on my behalf. Spineless, ballless. I need y'all's badges right now. I need every last one of your badges right now. Do you understand the words that are coming out? Turn them in. Turn in your badge. Turn in your pension. Turn in your gun. Turn in your armor. You are fully armored. You are fully covered in body armor, and you're still too spineless to go in and protect these little children. Whew. So at this point, there is a launch of an investigation against the system, thank God, for those involved within the DPS. And I feel like all of them need to go, including the top. All of them. Tall Pumps, you see a wrongful death lawsuit on the horizon. Of course, some could have survived, din darn, if they could have got somebody in there. You know, for 70 plus minutes and you're just in there bleeding out on the floor. And these men want to keep their jobs and their pension. I'm telling you. So CNN is releasing this, and of course, we'll see how this unfolds. At the end of the day, I don't have mercy for any of them. And at the end of the day, every last one of them needs to be terminated.
You shall not pass!
Wow. Just wow. Just let that image burn in your brain. Just let that image and that picture as folks were being shot up and killed in the other room. Oh, Kim Possible, you still don't understand how to stand there hearing gunshots and people screaming and children crying. They couldn't have valued, they valued theirs, Kim. They valued theirs. And now, again, look at them. They got on body armor. They're fully weaponized. They want to be big, bad, and tough. But you got one individual, and you just couldn't take the chance of risking your human life. That's the life they value. I feared for my life. How many times do we hear that when they shoot us down and mow us down in the street like dogs? I feared for my life. Young man in the bed sleeping, and you come in and you shoot him in less than 2 seconds. I feared for my life. Hands. Child, I'm done. I'm just done. Why are you even on the police force? Go home, Lucy. Lucy, go home. I said it. Lucy, because those are a bunch of Lucy's right there. A bunch of losers that are nothing more than Lucy's. Go home. Please go home. We don't need you. And the most dastardly of them all, the cop whose wife texted him to say she was dying. Tall Pumps. I'm just telling y'all. This is unbelievable stuff. So at the end of the day, have a great day, Stacey. I didn't see you leaving, but so much love going to you. Having a great day. Their priorities, obviously, on something else and not the job that they're being paid to do. So, I just have to say, how could you just stand by, Michelle? You just, inquiring minds want to know, how could you just, if you recall, there were parents outside that were willing to go in with no weapons, no body armor, no nothing. They just wanted to go in and do their best to take this shooter down because their children were in there. My God. Just unbelievable. Just unbelievable. Michelle, no compassion at all. No compassion at all. Their phones should be confiscated and checked to see exactly what they were on their phones doing. And you said a mouthful there, then darn. You said a mouthful there. What were you doing? By the way, what were you doing and who were you texting and what was going on as these babies and teachers lie dying in the floor? So, we'll see how this turns out. Both the police and the force should be sued for loss of life and their years. All their children could have had. Come through with that. Come through with that, den darn. So that was the late and breaking this morning from CNN that they're doing an additional investigation because this has been leaked out to some folk that this is what has been told and this is what's going on inside this play pretend investigation, and that he promised them nobody was going to lose their jobs. There was a mom who crossed the police line and got her child, but she faces criminal charges. Ain't that? Listen. Now that, Michelle, if that is not dastardly, I just don't know. Could it be? The devil. Baby, that ain't nothing but that old slimy slewfoot, the devil, and his twin brother Diablo. I'm telling you, this is just egregious. But are we surprised? Really? Are we shocked? Really? Are we stunned and amazed? Really? No. So many times the empowerment of the blue line is that they've already felt and been told in some way, shape, or form that no harm is going to come to them for their rancid and raggedy actions. And so they do what they do, quite confident that nothing's going to happen to me. And at this point, listen, we've had enough. We have had enough. Oh, yeah, Kim Possible. This is some mess. This is some straight up mess. If they all would have went in with their pistols drawn, they could have taken that boy out, James Sims. There's no reason that number of people, and as a matter of fact, I think by the time they got finished, the numbers were up in the 50, 60, some odd people in law enforcement all surrounding this building for one little boy. And could nobody get in there and take this little boy down? I tell you what, if that's the kind of law enforcement we have, cowards. These are what they used to call them back in the day, yellow-bellied cowards. That's what these were. Whew. So at the end of the day, that's a joke in itself. You're going to charge a mother for saving her own child and going in and doing something that you wouldn't do. I'm telling you. This is some amazing stuff. This is some amazing stuff. It's some backwards. And I'm telling you, this is some backwards thinking, some backwards mindset. But at the end of the day, hasn't this been a good representation of how backwards law enforcement has been operating for years? So, just explain it to me, Lucy. Explain it to me. You can't. So sit down. Sit down somewhere. You can't explain this insanity. You cannot explain this insanity. And so there you have it. It's just amazing to me. It's just amazing to me. some of the foolishness that we see, watch, and observe and call it policing. It just doesn't make any sense. It does not make any sense whatsoever. Now, I want to come here. And my condolences to my friend Fairly All Day. I saw your post, sis. I saw your post for your friend Bernard Shaw. Passed away, dead at 82, while we're addressing some beautiful, beautiful lives, the Queen herself. But this brother in journalism has been phenomenal. And Fairly All Day, I just want to say that tribute that you gave on your Instagram was just so powerful. And for all of those that sat under his tutelage, and to all of those that experienced his life on a personal level, such as yourself, and to be able to witness and give testimony to the impact that he had on many of those that sat under his tutelage, is just powerful. And I do want to say, good morning, Lynette Dickerson. Come on in here, Queen. So much love to you. I just want to say, when a life that has been lived, such as Bernard Shaw, has deposited and invested in so many people and touched so many lives, I feel like that is a component that I want to see more of, that we saw in our ancestors, than what we see. To me now, you didn't see it. I don't see it as much. I think about the old timers, and I remember, one of my mother's teachers, and she taught many, many people, Rosella K. Caldwell Swisher. Rosella K. Caldwell Swisher. She was an educator. She educated my mother. She educated right on up into the time. She educated some of my peers. She was one of those educators in the room that, in the community rather, that she just kept on educating and educating. Even after she retired, she still educated. Now she taught my mother. I encountered her because during my time at the city hall in employment there, she would always come in my office, Rosella K. Caldwell Swisher, and she came in full of intentionality. She came in with a desire and a design that my people are going to go free. You know, she was just one of the most stately women that you ever wanted to meet. And she worked untiringly, as well as others in the community. They had organizations together, and they pushed and they pushed and they pushed and they pushed. I don't see that anymore. I don't see that as much anymore. I really want to say I don't see that anymore. But I think about how there was that idea that, and then when she saw me and saw where I was, she would make a point to come in as often as she was in the office buildings. She would make a point for no reason to come in my office and say something and inquire about my mother. How's your mother, Anna? You know, and to think, you know, all the way back as many years old as my mother was and how long it had been in school, but she still remembered my mother, Anna, and goes down through the line of all of the Wilsons and all of the Askews, and mine just sharp as a tack. You know, she literally was at a meeting one day, had a massive heart attack and died on the spot. But she was that kind of person. She was not going to stop. Rosella K. Caldwell Swisher. She, you know, you just don't see that kind of energy that's constantly depositing in the community like that anymore, or you see very little of it. And then again, not just to stop with what she's done in her career, but in her retirement. And every time she came in, there was an inquiry about the state of things and moving things forward. Have you thought of this? And what's happening with that? And she wanted to be very well informed, and she wanted to be an advocate for those that couldn't advocate for themselves. I mean, you just saw this on such a huge level. And as I read the tribute that Fairly All Day gave to this great giant, and on a level of experiencing him and his energy. That's boss energy, y'all. That's boss energy. And seeing the deposits that he left in people, I want to see more of that. I want to see where it doesn't matter where I am, what's going on, who it is, that I am really, really intentionally depositing into people. I'm intentionally giving myself away, if you will. That's the kind of life that even in reading and listening, and even more so than what I read from the CNN report and everybody else's accounting of him, to hear a personal experience firsthand and begin to give testimony to what this brother has done and meant in people's lives, investing. I want to see more of that as we've come into the promised land. We've been talking about it. Our feet have crossed over on the border. Let's see a whole lot more of that. Investing and depositing in people, because that's how we're going to grow. And that's how we're going to come to another level of existence. So may this brother rest in peace. So much love to him and for his pioneering, even in his field of journalism. We salute. Uh-oh, that's the wrong one. Y'all know I'm on the wrong track there. Here we go. Oh, listen, Kim Possible. Rosella K. Caldwell Swisher was a force to be reckoned with all by herself. And that's the way she introduced herself. And that's the way she came in the room. Rosella K. Caldwell Swisher. She was amazing. And I'm glad to have been touched. I'm glad to have had that impartation in my life as well. And for all of those that he had some level of impartation, he will live on and on and on and on. Mad love to him. Now, I wanted to touch on that this morning because I thought that was powerful. And again, I was really blessed by Fairly All Day's tribute that she had in Instagram. Rise up and take my people with me. Come on. That's what we're doing in this hour. DJ P Fu is in the room. Come on in here, my brother. So much love to you. This is a streamer, y'all. I got a chance to go in his channel on last night, and brother, I'm telling you, he just does it. He does it well. So I appreciate you. It's good to see you in the room. If you're not following DJ P Fu, I want you to go out there, click on his name right now, and go out there and click that follow button. And if you would, the notification button so you can know when he's coming on. And subscribe if you want to, because he plays some powerful music over there. I appreciate you, my brother. Now, as we continue on, I just want to touch on this other story, and then we're going to get out of here. Okay, so Mystikal. I don't know if y'all been up with what's going on out here in these here streets, but Mystikal, what are you doing, sir? What are you doing? So at this point, y'all, Mystikal is facing life in prison after a first-degree rape indictment. Now, I feel some kind of way. We kind of touched on this on yesterday. Now, while again, John, again, and that's the issue. This man just won't quit raping the women's. And at this point may spend the rest of his life in jail on this first degree rape indictment that has come down on his head. And we have to keep saying yet again. So at the end of the day, y'all, you know, the New Orleans born rapper was indicted Wednesday on a first degree rape charge stemming from an attack in his home on alleged attack in his home on July the 30th. And at this point, he's facing a mandatory life sentence as he ain't learned tall pumps. He ain't learned, but he's going to learn today. Now, this is the only thing that I do want to point out in this whole situation. Stop. That's it, SK8843. Just stop. Now, He going to get a taste of his own medicine now, then darn. He's going to get a good taste of his own medicine because, honey, folks are going to get all of that when he gets behind them bars. They going to get all of that when he gets behind them their bars. So, and that is where he belongs. I see you, John. That is where he belongs. What it is that, let's get to the core. I don't know what's at his core, but the man has a problem, obviously. The man obviously has a problem. And at this point, he just got out of jail in Shreveport for the same thing. I hear you talking, truck driver. I hear you talking, James Sims. Just got out of jail in Shreveport for the same thing. Now, he's been there. Maybe he's just trying to get John. Maybe he's trying to get back. Woo! Now, see, that's a whole nother take and a whole nother twist. I hadn't gone there, John, but maybe he wants to go back. The baby has a problem. The baby obviously has a problem. It's a whole mess. At the end of the day, I just have to say, I wonder about those that have this problem and what is at the core. There is obviously something that is malfunctioning, in his brain and in his psyche. 6:30 and soap dropping. Den darn. 6:30 and soap dropping. Listen, at the end of the day, I just am like, what's wrong with the baby? To me, there's something at the core. I agree. Rape is about power and has nothing to do with sex. Something somewhere is misfiring and miswired. At this point, who agrees to be alone with him? I don't have all the details of how it went about. Because listen, I've known and heard of rapes taking place in crowded places where people are present, and a rapist doesn't care. It's about the power, and literally having full-fledged rape with people present. So it's not always even about being alone. Some of these rapists are really off the chains, and they can come up and devise some of the most dastardly means of raping a person and get away with it. So, it's absolutely amazing. And then for the and you know how I say it in here, we're victors, not victims. But for the victors that endure it, it's partly in those scenarios. And who's going to believe I got raped in a crowd full of people? And it happens. So rapists are about power. They'll figure out a way to make it happen. They got issues. So at this point, I'm just like, mystical. Listen, mystical. I just need you to sit down somewhere. And have all the seats because, sir, you're out of control. You are out of control. Maybe he felt he didn't have the power he deserved in his musical business, so he thinks that this is his show of power. Whatever it is that triggers in a person's mind that they need to assert power over someone else for whatever is at that core, I don't know. And that's why I said, I feel like at this point, man, when he just keeps on and keeps on keeping on, he needs a head shrink. He needs somebody that can sit down and talk to him and work through whatever is at the core of this. Because as James Sims said, truck driver said, he just got out of Shreveport for the same thing. And then you're going to go back out here and not many days hence, here you are again. He has a problem. You would be surprised. You were shocked working in the ER. Come on, I'm telling you, Michelle. Rapists find all types of ingenious ways of raping their victims or victors, as I want to contend. So is he clean though? I don't know. Den darn, I don't know. And I'm assuming you're talking about as far as the package and carrying stuff, not drugs. If I'm reading between your lines, because at the end of the day, when you got the package and you out here giving everybody peen, there's a problem. Sorry for the late response, but I would be remiss to not acknowledge your mentor, Bernard Shaw. Come on. No problems, fairly all day. And I was saying and speaking to the fact that your tribute in Instagram was so powerful. I wanted to acknowledge him today. He was an incredibly wonderful person and groomed so many of us. He and Lynn Vaughn, rest peacefully, sir. You taught us well. And thank you for that. Thank you, Fairly. Thank you for that. So much love coming to you. And again, my condolences to you and to all of you who personally encountered this great giant. My love and my prayers come out to you for sure. I could sense how valued this man was in your life in the words that you shared. And again, my love and my prayers to you. Prayers going up. Thank you for speaking on his behalf. And what a beautiful eulogy when those that you've touched, their lives can come back and say what an impact they were, what an impact you've had in their lives. That's powerful. That's really, really powerful. So thank you for that. I got you. And I know that you're working and lurking and all of that. So I appreciate you. He's trying to use the same lawyer that got him out of jail in Shreveport. Back to this story on Mystical and his mysterious and mystical behavior of raping women. He needs help. And yes, is he clean? Does he have the package and other things? I don't know. And there are those that get really, really angry having the package and go out and infect as many people as they can. And they use that as a weapon. So that's some crazy stuff. That's some crazy stuff. Truck driver, as long as they have attorneys that can get them off, as long as they have attorneys that can come in and speak and find ways and loopholes and whatever else, man, I'm telling you. And I would hate to be an attorney put in that kind of position. But at the end of the day, some folks are looking at dollar bills. They're not concerned about a whole bunch of other stuff, this, that, and the other. They're looking for one thing. So, man, that's some crazy stuff. I wanted to go there just briefly, though, and share that story as this is up and coming scenario about this poor brother. And I don't know, I just am like, what is wrong with him? What is wrong with him? Doesn't have to be like that. Now, I'm going to get ready to get out of here. And I tell you what, I am going to share a few stories. We've talked all this week about we are in the land of promise. We just crossed the border, y'all. But we are in the land of promise. And we are here. So many things that I thought I want to just go out on this Fresh Start Friday with some fresh images, some fresh concepts, some freshness in our spirits, in our shando about being in this promised land. We're ready to go. Shelby Nicole cosplay. There's my girl. Come on in here. She's in the room. She is a streamer, y'all. If you're not following her, please give her a follow. I promise you she'll bless you. She's over there with Funko, y'all. She's a creator, an entrepreneur, and I appreciate all that she's doing up in here. Good morning, Shells. Good morning. She sells seashells by the seashore. Good morning to you, sis. So much love. Now, as we wrap up this Friday, and give Mike City some love too. I don't know if he's gone to work or if he's there with you, but that's my guy, Mike City. So much love to him as well. I just want to kind of leave on a nice, healthy, and wholesome note. So I just queued up some things that I'd like to talk about. Now, obviously, the Queen is gone, Her Majesty the Queen, but I do want to talk about one of our queens, y'all. She's our queen. She's our queen. She's our queen. And as she's moving on to, as she said, I'm trying to remember what the word was that she used. She's not saying retirement. She's redirecting her energies another way. But I tell you what, I saw this and I just enjoyed it. And so I said, one queen has gone, another queen has gone from the tennis realm, y'all. And I just enjoy watching Serena play. She's brought so much to this sport. I'm telling you. Here we go. Let me see. Here we go.
Look at this. Somebody come look at this. Look at this. Somebody come and look at this. Look at
Yes! She's our queen, y'all. She's our queen.
Somebody come look at this.
She's our...
Look at this. Somebody come and look at this. Look at
Come on, once more and again. Once more and again. We in the promised land, y'all.
Look at this. Somebody come and look at this. Look at
I can just let that go almost all day long. That's
Somebody
it
come
right
look at
there.
this. Look at this. Somebody come and look at this. Look at
I tell you
Somebody come look at this.
what, he sleep. Okay,
Look at
give me
this.
when he wakes up.
Somebody come and look at this.
The goat.
Look at
She is the goat. That's the queen. That is the
Look at
queen.
this. Somebody come and look at this. Look at
Yes.
Look at this. Somebody come look at
That
this.
just goes off
Look
through
at
me.
this.
That
Somebody come and look at this. Look at
yes. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Somebody come look at this. Look at this.
Yes.
Somebody come and look at this.
So yes, y'all, listen. I can watch that play right there all day. I can watch that play all day, y'all. Woo, y'all, that's the queen. That's the queen. And she, I'm telling you, as she leaves the game of tennis to go on to the next iteration of herself, she is the queen. Love me some Serena Williams. Love that girl because she is the GOAT. She is the GOAT. And when you talk about coming into this promised land, this child has changed that game of tennis forever. There will never be another athlete on the court like Serena Williams. That GOAT right there. I'm telling you that, and I looked at that, and I'm even mindful. A lot of the young people are talking about in the tennis realm how she continues, particularly for our Black females in the sport. She continues to give untiringly. Kai Chick, come on in the room, sis. Come on in the room. That is my sister and my evangelist. Come on in here. She's the GOAT, Kim Possible. Whenever she comes to that net, it's over. Do you understand the words of my coming out of my mouth? It's over. And listen, I feel like this is the season of life. When we come to the net, we got to handle this thing like Serena. When we come to the net, it's over. Close the door, shut it down. That's the energy. I want y'all to get that boss energy. Then darn, she's the GOAT fairly all day. I love her. I love her. So as I talked about, let's start understanding we're in the promised land. Babies, we are. We're not going to bring Egypt into the promised land. We're not going to bring the desert into the promised land. Man, we have crossed the border. We have crossed the border. As Dr. Dady Priest said, run to the roar. Run to the roar. This is boss energy. And I want y'all to come to the net. Just like Serena, we in a new space, in a new place. Y'all don't play with this thing. That child right there. Oh my God. Now, if that doesn't get your juices pumping and flowing, I just don't know. Because listen, she is definitely, undisputably, Din Darn, the greatest of all time. Man, and if you think about that career from 15 till now, and she's still out on that court, and my nephew, he was blessed. He got himself together. He loved him some Serena and Venus too, for that matter. But he got himself together, got his ticket, and was able to go out there and watch her play in the U.S. Open and just watch her do her thing. She is undisputably, Din Darn, the greatest of all time. And I said, this is the kind of energy I want y'all to leave out of here. This is the kind of imagery I want you to leave out of here with on this morning. Listen, because we can do that. We can take the court. We have been doing it. Now, for that matter, we've been doing it all along. And I want to come right here and acknowledge this. And let me see if I can stop that. I want you to hear this in case you didn't know. Whenever you get out your dime, I want you to remember this. Even after having a child, she went back and was up there, Din Darn. She went back and did her thing. You better talk to me in here. Now, this is what I want y'all to leave out of here with all kind of boss energy today. All kinds of boss energy today. Because listen, we ain't got nothing to hang our heads about ever. Now, I want you to hear this story about the dime, and I want you to remember this every time you pull your dime out of your pocket. Here we go. And listen to this.
We already know the man on the face of the dime is President Franklin D. Roosevelt. But if you look at the tiny letters by his neck, you see J.S. That's for John R. Sennick, the U.S. Mint's chief engraver from that period. Whole time he was getting credit for the work. But where did he get the design, you ask? A black woman, Selma Burke, born right outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, a graduate of HBCU, Winston-Salem State University, who studied art all over Europe, perfecting her craft. She designed the bust that was placed on the dime. Know her name? Give her credit.
Come on.
Okay, we'll get it down real quick. I want
you to hear it again.
We already know the man on the face of the dime is President Franklin D. Roosevelt. But if you look at the tiny letters by his neck, you see J.S. That's for John R. Sennick, the U.S. Mint's chief engraver from that period. Whole time he was getting credit for the work. But where did he get the design, you ask? A black woman, Selma Burke, born right outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, a graduate of HBCU, Winston-Salem State University, who studied art all over Europe, perfecting her craft. She designed the bust that was placed on the dime. Know her name? Give her credit.
One more time.
Okay, we'll get it down real quick. I want to show you something. We already know the man on the face of the dime is President Franklin D. Roosevelt. But if you look at the tiny letters by his neck, you see J.S. That's for John R. Sennick, the U.S. Mint's chief engraver from that period. Whole time he was getting credit for the work. But where did he get the design, you ask? A black woman, Selma Burke, born right outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, a graduate of HBCU, Winston-Salem State University, who studied art all over Europe, perfecting her craft. She designed the bust that was placed on the dime.
And know your worth and know what you bring to the table. Now, I want you to understand, she did that, SK 8843. She did that. And no, we're not surprised. We're not surprised. And she should get the credit for real. It's the same as yesterday. I just felt in my quiet time, downtime, leisure time, I went back and watched Hidden Figures again. I could watch that movie probably every day. I probably could watch that every day. And if you remember on Hidden Figures, when Miss Johnson was doing all of those calculations and doing all of that work, and she didn't have a security clearance, so they wouldn't let her come in the room. She was the one that was doing all the calculations, and then they'd send somebody out to go get the information and bring it back. And if you remember, all that time she was writing the other man's name as who did the work, until after finally, with the dicey situation that they had to get the spacecraft back to Earth and to get John Glenn back to Earth in a healthy way. And John Glenn was like, where's that woman? That's who I want. And y'all ain't gonna get me in here. And even used her calculations after they had complications to get him back to the Earth. This is the thing after that, she was able to put her name along with his in the work that she was submitting, but it was her work the whole entire time. So at the end of the day, it's a brilliant movie. It is DJ Roll'em 27. Come on in here. DJs in the house, go out there and follow. They'll bless your whole life. Thank you for coming in the room this morning. So much mad love to you. So back to this story, though. This was the common scenario that happened to brilliant Black people. They would create, make, calculate, and other white people would put their names on those works. So this is what the situation is, even with Selma Burke, and congratulations. And why do I put this in us? Because I'm putting it out here. We've got to know what we bring to the table, been bringing to the table this whole time. But unlike our predecessors that had other people's names put to our stuff, baby, put your name on your stuff. Get your, if it needs to be copywritten, if you need to get a trademark, if you need to, whatever you're doing, for all of my creatives out there, put your name on your stuff. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? But we no longer have to have the situations like a Selma Burke where it's only allowable that this white man's name could be put to this work that she did. I want y'all to understand how powerful we are and always have been. This is what we need to start showing and telling our young people so we can stop the madness, as we talked about on yesterday. I have nothing to live for. These are some powerfully creative, genius young people that we need to teach them how to tap in. You understand what I'm saying? We can talk about boss energy all day, and we all have it. But until you learn how to tap in, you can be the greatest of the great, but if you don't know how to tap in, even with where I am, I appreciate the ideas and the visions that God has put in me, even as a child. But then I praise God for people like Fairly All Day. I praise God for people like my sisters. I praise God for people like Dr. Dady and several of you. Baby, you got to employ those angels that God gives you to help you tap in. Tap in, my beloveds. Tap in. I want you to understand the power of show them who you are, T'Challa. Show them who you are. Because, baby, I'm here to tell y'all, there's greatness. There is greatness up in here. Good morning, Mel Holiday. Come on in the room. Now, that one blessed me, y'all. That one blessed me. If you didn't know her name before now, Selma Burks, don't forget, when you look at that dime, I don't care whose initials are on there, she did that. You understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? She did that. I love it. Now, this is the kind of stuff that gets me going, y'all. This is the kind of stuff that gets me going. I enjoyed this one right here as well. And so I want to give you an opportunity to see this sister. Yes, beloved, I want you to see this sister, and I want to see more of this, because there's no territory anywhere where we cannot excel and be exceptionally well in our craft. And I'm so proud of this sister right here. You go, girl.
Since I left the city, ever since I left the city.
Pilot, y'all. I'm gonna turn that sound off so they don't give me a copyright strike. That is a female pilot that's out there flying. She said, listen, I don't have seniority yet, so I'm working the holidays and I'm working when everybody else is off. But be it well understood, this pilot right here, she's flying those friendly skies, y'all. I love it. love it. I love it. It's a new day. It's new territory. There is no occupation that our hands cannot touch and do it well. So I saw that and I said, come on with this. And this is what she said. I am Anya the Aviator. Many get ready with me, a me day in the life, mainly because on this national holiday, I'm in the skies, as I will be for most of the holidays until I gain airline seniority in that seat. You don't always have the preferred schedules. It's all good though, because I'm going to get there in time. Come on, girl. Yes. You better fly. You better fly. I love it. Good morning, T. Summers. Good morning. Come on in here. Come on in here. Now, this is the kind of stuff I said, this is the way we're going to get up out of here on this Fresh Start Friday, because there's some stuff going on and our feet have touched another land. We in the land of promise. Let the babies know, and especially our little girls, there's nothing that you can't do. There's no place that you cannot occupy an occupation. Baby, you can do whatever you put your mind to do, including flying that jet in those friendly skies. Boss energy, y'all. We coming in with boss energy. I love it. I love it. I love it. That's what I'm talking about. Now, it won't be my last one, but this one right here. I love Erica Alexander talking, chatting. I love it. Come on here. And she starts spitting off some James Baldwin. I love James Baldwin. If anybody has not read any James Baldwin and you want some books to read, get your hands on some James Baldwin literature. It will bless your whole life. I promise you it will. And this is my sister talking. Come on and talk to us, sis. Come on and talk to us, baby.
Baldwin said it. He was black. He was gay. He loved it. He said he could hit the jackpot with all that. And he was living out loud. And yet we're the first people to talk about, oh, we can't do this and they won't let us. They won't let us do what? We're the future. We're the aliens that they brought from across the ocean to rock their world and make their planets twirl. So risk is what it's like. Do you? But you gotta first know who you are. And so risk and authenticity, you have to seek it, but you first have to find out what lies you've been told. James Baldwin said it. He was black, he was gay. He loved it. He said he could hit the jackpot with all that. And he was living out loud. And yet we're the first people to talk about, oh, we can't do this and they won't let us. They won't let us do what? We're the future. We're the aliens that they brought from across the ocean to rock their world and make their planets twirl. So risk is what it's like. Do you? But you gotta first know who you are. And so risk and authenticity, you have to seek it, but you first have to find out what lies you've been told.
One more time for the people in the back.
James Baldwin said it. He was black, he was gay. He loved it. He said he could hit the jackpot with all that. And he was living out loud. And yet we're the first people to talk about, oh, we can't do this and they won't let us. They won't let us do what? We're the future. We're the aliens that they brought from across the ocean to rock their world and make their planets twirl. So risk is what it's like. Do you? But you gotta first know who you are. And so risk and authenticity, you have to seek it, but you first have to find out what lies you've been told.
Babies. You heard. You heard risk, and she talks about risk. And so I want us to understand, even in this phase and even in this place right here, we're talking about doing some things that are going to take some risk. You understand? It's going to take some risk. But at the end of the day, the risk is worth to take, because we can do this. We can do this. And I love James Baldwin. I love the idea, as she said, he was living life out loud. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to live your lives out loud. Live your lives out loud. We're rocking the world and making the planet twirl, BTD Mom. Did you hear the words that she said? She said, we're rocking the world and making the planet twirl. That's what we do. Show them who we are. This is what I want us to get to our young people. After looking at the travesty of the stories that we had to report on yesterday, this is the energy and the mindset and the place that we've got to start to take a position and begin to take our babies back, take ourselves back. As she said, do you? But what's the question that begs to be answered? What lies have you been told, though? What lies have you been told? So even as we talk about the idea, and T. Summers, I was checking you out. I understand. Let me just give applause and pause for this right here in the midst, when said, listen, my babies were taught how to handle their own bank account. And when the teller wanted to talk to me, I said, talk to your client. This is your client right here. They've been educated. They've been instructed. They've been taught. T. Summers, I'm going to give you some. Yes, ma'am. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Take these babies and take full advantage of putting knowledge and understanding and power. Knowledge is power. Put power in their hands. And then understand, what lies have we been told? Hear me. Come on in here, Tommy Girls World. Come on, and mad love to you. Fresh Start Friday. Come on and take your time and have a seat with us. We're so glad to have you in the Lion's Den. So here we go. This becomes the question. What lies have we been told, and what lies are we believing? Just like I said, if we understood the richness of our heritage and we were teaching this to our children to give them hope, if we were teaching this to our children to give them vision, if we were teaching this effectively to our children to give them something to reach for, I want us to understand we can empower our own. What did my sister say? We make this world twirl. And listen, at the end of the day, we rock their world and make it twirl. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. So I want us to look at all the things we've heard this week. Then even on yesterday, I hope that pricked you. I hope that touched your heart to say, we've got work to do, babies. It's not time for any of us to rest on our laurels and kick back and sit. Like Bernard Shaw and the tribute that we heard come from Fairly All Day. Invest. And you know what? Impartate. Yeah, some folk that know me, we went to the church, the young man told us, my pastor getting ready to impartate into you. Impartate. Oh, we still get a kick out of that to this day. Make an impartation into people's lives. Invest, especially in our young people, because you will get a return on your investment. The testimony that we heard Fairly All Day share in her words of love and respect and appreciation towards Bernard Shaw and what he had done. Baby, that's a return on that investment. You may not always be present to hear it. You may not always be present to see it, but I promise you, if you will just invest in our young people, you will get ROI. You will get return on that investment. And that's where we've got to get to the point where we understand. Listen, I want us to understand. I just saw it, SK8843. Every word that says can't is a lie. Every time can't is a lie. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Oh, I felt the spirit of Sherman. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Come on, Sherman. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. I feel Nutty Professor. Yes, I can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And every word that comes to tell you you can't, that's the lie. So as she said here, what lies have you been told? I need you to identify what lies have you been told. They said that this white brother made the bust for Franklin D. Roosevelt on that dime. That's a lie. Ask Selma Burke. She did it. What lies have you been told? We saw Hidden Figures and we saw them put a man in outer space and orbit him around. But what lies have you been told? It was a black woman that did the mathematics to do it. What lies have you been told? We are indefatigable. We are unmeasurably talented and created. Come on, y'all. Let's do this. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Let's do this because we can. Let's do this because we can. Do I see a Shelly Thunder in the room? Do I see a Shelly? Do I? Up above my head, I hear thunder in the air. There must be a Shelly Thunder somewhere. Come on in here, sis. That's my prophetess. I want us to get this down in our shondos. You cannot stop us. You cannot block us. You cannot hold us down. You cannot oppress us. The only people that can do that to us is us. I said it. The only people that can do that to us is us. And this last little lion kingdom or animal kingdom, I'm going to call it, this one right here, this is how we going out because I want to be on time to get to Rebel's house this morning. This is how we going out, y'all. This is how we going out. This is brothers in the animal kingdom. Brothers in the animal kingdom. And this is the way we got to be over here in our communities. Come on, y'all. I want y'all to get the story because even the animals understand we're better together. We cannot be defeated, Mel. We cannot be defeated. Now, come on here. Come on here. I want you to get this down in your shondo because this is the way we're going to operate and build this community right here. And here we go. I'm going to turn the sound off so I don't get that copyright strike, but let that speak to you, Shondo. Those baby twins, those baby brothers got put in the cage with the lion cub. And listen, that's how we going to protect one another. You understand the words that are coming in my mouth? That's how we're going to protect one another. Say what you want to say, but at the end of the day, listen, I cannot be defeated. I got an SK8843 and a BTD mom. I cannot be defeated. I got a Fairly All Day and a Dr. Dady. I cannot be defeated. I got a Shelly Thunder, a Michelle Browno, and a Rebel Inc. I cannot be defeated. I got a T Summers. You understand what I'm saying? I got all of these at my disposal. MCP 812. I cannot be defeated. Don't mess with me. Don't mess. I got a truck driver. Do you understand the words that are coming out? I cannot be defeated because this is how we roll up in this piece. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? This is how we roll up in this piece. That's how we do it. That's how we do it, y'all. That's how we do it. So at the end of the day, I want you to understand, listen, thank you for the Roaring Biddies, Tommy Girls World. I appreciate you for that. Thank you for those Roaring Biddies. I want y'all to understand and get this visual. This is the community that we're creating in this hour. This is the community that we're creating. And I'm telling you, it's not just for one, it's for everyone. It's not just for this group, but not that group. It's for everybody. You understand? Even yesterday when we watched that video about the young LGBTQ brother that was put in that situation, asking for his phone call that he was entitled to, and watched them tase that young man to death. Listen, I don't care, y'all that want to separate yourself out, and I'll stand for this community, but I won't stand for that community. I need all the communities to have the love that they deserve as human beings. Everybody up in here. This is the way we need to approach our humanity. You're not going to get my brother. You're not going to get my sister. You're not going to get my children. You're not going to get Auntie them, Uncle them. You're not going to get my neighbor or my friend. This is the way we coming. This is the way we're coming. Thank you, BTD Mom, for those roaring biddies. This is the way we're coming. This is the way we're wired. This is the way we're operating. I got a Kim Possible. I ain't scared of no ghosts. I got a Kim Possible, a crazy Berry Town. I got all of this at my disposal. You understand what I'm saying? I got a Tommy's Girl. I got all of this in the lion's den. Don't you bet not come for me. I got a Mel Holiday that'll go for a ride and come back alone. You understand the words coming out of my mouth? Uh-oh, it's a hype train. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, y'all. This is what and the way that we're going to stand together as we build and we go forth in this promised land. Listen, we got the three musketeers. It's all for one and one for all. That's the way we rolling up in here. I got a Shelly Thunder. You better ask somebody. Don't mess with me. And you better not mess with her, because I'm coming for you. Yes, I am. Don't mess with her, because I'm coming for you. So that means, I'm not going to harm you with words from my mouth. That's what he said. I love you and I need you to survive. Y'all understand what I'm saying? The interconnectedness that we must rebuild, that was broken and purposely broken, purposely dissolved within the Black community, purposely split up, purposely sent in separate directions, purposely pitting this group against that group, purposely done because, baby, as we come together, we're unstoppable. Am I talking to anybody in here? Absolutely, positively unstoppable. That's what we're rebuilding. We're rebuilding the spirit of Bernard Shaw that invests in the others, that tutors, that shares, that gives all kind of leverage and information and a hand up. Come on. That's what we are now rebuilding. Am I talking to anybody? That's what we must rebuild so we can win. Because we're winners. We are, and our children are winners. And our children's children, we're all winners. But we got to do it together. Am I talking to anybody? I'm not just going to let prey come in and attack my brother or my sister or my children while I stand by and watch. That's why I got this image still going. I want you to get this imagery all the way down in your shondo. This is the way we operate. And this is the way we're building life in this new promised land. Don't mess with me. Don't mess with Royal Confessions. Oh, baby, don't mess with her. Don't think you're going to come for her with your mouth. Don't think you're going to come against her with your energy. Don't think you're going to do that without, she's got reinforcements. You better ask somebody. Reinforcement. Dr. Dady Priest, come on in here, sis. So much love coming to you. We've got reinforcements up in here. And you sure bet not come for Dr. Dady Priest. Come on here. Because we are all for one and one for all. And I'm not just talking about lip service here. I'm talking about put this in action. Woo! Come on, thank you for those roaring biddies, Kai Chick. Put it in action. You better not mess with Kai Chick. Oh my God, you better not mess with Kai Chick. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? This is the fabric of the promised land that we are building as a foundation. And there's greatness here, y'all. It always has been. And there always will be. Am I talking to anybody? Action. Come on here. Not just lip service. I need you to put your money where your mouth is. We're protecting the family. We're protecting the neighborhood. You understand? We're protecting our precious commodities. We're protecting our relationships and our friendships. We're protecting all of the things that deal with the sanctity of life. And not just life, but life more abundantly. Baby, you better ask somebody. We're not happy on the fray, the fringe, and the margins. Baby, no, we're not going to be marginalized. We're coming in hot. We're coming in full. I love that sister flying that plane. You understand the words coming out of my mouth. I love that sister flying that jet with her young black self. I love it. I love it. I love the idea that she says, yes, I'm flying the holidays right now, but it won't be this way always. Because at some point, baby, I'm going to have seniority. But for right now, I don't have a problem flying the holidays. The point is, I'm flying this baby. I'm flying this baby. And I know how to handle it. Thank you all. Come on, Kai Chick. Thank you for those roaring biddies. Thank you, Anazelia. I appreciate you for that resub. Come on here. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Raw Confessions. Thank you for those roaring biddies. I appreciate you. Cassandra said, check my blood pressure. Let me see. Do I have my cup? I don't think I have my cup sitting right here. But I'll take it as soon as I get off, Cassandra. I promise I will. But I'm on this thing. I mean, listen, the old folks used to say, I mean Jesus every step of the way. I mean this thing every step of the way. We are coming into our promised land, y'all. We are here. We have crossed the border. Now, what are we going to do with it? Now, what are we going to do with it? Good morning, Anazelia. So glad to have you here. Okay, I'll hydrate. I do have some water. Y'all trying to take care of me. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. But I'm going to go back to what my sister said at the end and conclusion of that powerful talk that she gave in that brief amount of time. You got to go back and assess, what lies have you been told? What lies, baby, have you been told? Don't believe the lie. Don't believe the lie. And as she said, do you. Don't try to do your neighbor. Don't try to do what they did over here. Don't try to do what that one did. And do you. That is the power that lies within you when you do you. Rock their world and make it twirl. You hear the words that are coming out of my mouth as we get out of here on this Fresh Start Friday. Rock their world and make it twirl. You do you. And I'm going to say it once more and again. Thank you, Raw Confessions, for those roaring biddies. I appreciate you, BTD Mom, for those roaring biddies. Thank you for the hype train that's still going on. I appreciate y'all. Kai Chick Boss Energy all day long. Rock their world and make it twirl. You do you. That's the way I wanted to go out of here on this Fresh Start Friday. All the things that we've talked about, all the things that we've seen, good, bad, ugly. Y'all remember Serena and that hit. Listen, when you come to the net, do your thing. When you come to the net, SK8843, thank you for those roaring biddies. When you come to the net, do your thing, baby. Don't you play. Do your thing. Just like the queen. She's the greatest of all time. Man, I could play that Serena clip all day long. And every time I watch it, every time I see it, I get more energy. Kai Chick, thank Thank you for those roaring biddies, sis. I appreciate you. And thank you for everybody for that awesome hype train. I appreciate every last one of you. And you didn't have to do it, but you did. Thank you so much. I appreciate you more than my words can even begin to express to you. But listen, as we get ready to get out of here, because I don't want to miss, it's time to go over to Rebel's house. It's time to go over to Rebel's house and have a good time with her anti-morning bangos and the cracks. We're going to be there because I said, I know y'all having DTs. You're having withdrawal because you've been missing her for the time that she's been off the air. But listen, if you don't take anything else, I want you to determine in your mind as we work and do this thing together. Good morning, Disco Darren. Come on up in here. This brother is a phenomenal streamer. If you're not following him, please follow him. He'll bless your whole world. Kai Chick, thank you for gifting Ava Odom that sub. I appreciate you, sis. That's my evangelist. That's my evangelist. She just goes forth, y'all. She just go. Is that hype train still going? Lord Jesus, is still going. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Level 5 completed. I appreciate you all. I absolutely positively do. Kai Chick has gifted Mob 47. Come on here. That's my evangelist. I told you. She goes into the highways and hedges and compels them to come. And we finished 117% strong. Come on here, Den Darn. Come on here. Come on. Y'all been missing y'all's rebel crack. I know you have. I know that you have. Listen, Kai Chick, girl, she's still out here at it. Thank you, my sister. Come on, Kai Chick. And Squirt, welcome to the family. Kai, I told y'all she's my evangelist. Mother goes forth. Mother goes forth. That's all I can say. Mother goes forth. Tommy's girl, thank you and welcome to the Lion's Den. Come on up in here. You fit and you belong. Run to the roar, baby. Run to the roar. I tell you what. SK, thank you for gifting. Y'all still going forth over here. Thank you all. Thank you for bringing lions into the Lion's Den. I appreciate you so much. Oh my God, y'all just really going forth. Thank you for those gifted subs, SK8843. Come on and run to the roar. I see you. I see the Chiefs down there dancing. KC Chiefs. I'm trying to tell you. Listen, this has been a beautiful week. This is a fresh start Friday. I thank you all. Man, this hype train has been absolutely phenomenal. Man. Well, I tell you what, I'm trying to let it, man, y'all still doing it over here. Oh, BTD mom, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I love you, sis. I love you. T Summers, listen, I read your comments. Sometimes things are going on, especially when I get wound up and get to talking and I don't see the comments. Anybody that ever wants to go back, y'all derailed this train, Den Darn. They derailed this train. All this boss energy up in here. I'm just trying to tell you, the saints are going forth. I love you. I love you. I love you. Listen, I appreciate you so very much. You're just so beautiful to me. I love you. I appreciate, and I'm letting this finish out. Much love to you too, Kai Chick. So much love coming to you. I told you, that's my evangelist. That's my evangelist right there. Oh my God. She goes into the highways and hedges and compels folk to come into the Lion's Den. Run to the roar. Run to the roar, y'all. Run to the roar. Dr. Dady, I got to give her due credit for that. She put that in the chat. As I was saying on earlier, a lot of times when I'm talking and I'm just going and I'm flowing, I don't get to see what you all are saying because you all say some powerful stuff in that chat, and it blesses. All Royal Confessions. Oh, listen, I love you so much. That's my iron right there. Royal Confessions is my iron. I love that, baby. I just love you, girl. You're so beautiful. Oh man, I just appreciate you guys. This opportunity is a gift to me. This opportunity to come on and spend this time with you in the mornings is just absolutely a blessing to my life. You guys are a blessing to my world. And I want you to know that. I go back and I get the opportunity to go and reread the chat because I do miss a lot of the gems and jewels that you all are putting in there as I'm talking, especially when I'm real worked up and hyped up. But some of the things that you guys are saying are just so powerful. And T Summers, I just want you to know, man, I went
went back and I read comments that you were making and wisdom and jewels and knowledge that you were dropping in the chat. I was like, listen, we got heavyweights in the Lion's Den, y'all. You better ask somebody. We got heavyweights in the Lion's Den. And I love every last one of you for the jewels and the gems that you bring here and so freely share with the rest of the people that are here. You're such a blessing. There's just no words to explain it, and I can't contain it. You're beautiful. Now we're going to get ready to go. Disco Darren, look, pay attention. Come on, Disco Darren, pay attention. I love you, man. Listen, we rub off on one another, and that's the beauty of it. There's just a deposit and a give and a take that's going both ways, and I can say the same, man. You're doing an awesome work out here. So much love and blessings to you. I'm gonna say once more and again, if you're not following Disco Darren, y'all go out there and love on my brother and love on yourself by following him, because he'll bless your whole life. I promise you he will. Now, listen, we're going to get ready because, as I said, the Rebel is back on for the first time in several days ever since her system went down. And, you know, we're going to have a funeral for the pewter sometime. I don't know when, but we're going to have it official services. Come on. Your mother's birthday is the 11th as well as 9/11. Come on. I appreciate that. And we will be praying for you, Mel. You know, we take all prayer requests in the Lion's Den seriously, and prayers for you going up, sis. Prayers for you going up on the 11th. And God strengthen you and keep you and give you peace and your family, and so much love coming to you. You know, we love you here in the Lion's Den, and we love talking about going for a ride and coming back alone by none other than this Miss Mel Holiday. I start to say Hell Holiday. But either way, it's probably accurate. But Mel Holiday, we love you, girl. We love you. That's your wife's birthday today. Happy birthday. Listen. Happy birthday to your wife. And this is what we're going to do before we get out of here. And this is for Disco Darren coming in and sharing the love with us, and to his beautiful and lovely wife. Happy birthday.
Hey, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Mrs. Disco Darren, happy birthday to you, my dear. Happy birthday. And I understand you're home and listening. So much love coming to you. We love your husband. He is a whole vibe and a whole blessing out here in these Twitch streets. And we wish you a happy birthday. And may this year bring all kinds of love, joy, peace, and happiness to you as you go forth in this new 365 days around the sun. Now, Den Darn, we're going to shift gears a little bit, and we're praying. I did see as we were
for partaking of the happy birthday celebration on behalf of Mrs. Disco Darren 1966, praying for the family in their loss. Man, the little baby swept away, washed away, coming from school. So much love and prayers going out to the family in that loss. And thank you for sharing, and prayers and love coming to you, sis. We love you. We love you. We absolutely do. And to all those that are touched and affected by that loss, we just send our condolences and our love from the Lion's Den. So much love. And there's so much going on, so much life. Time just keeps on slipping into the future. And that's the way the world is going. That transitional phase of life that sometimes catches us unawares can be quite a shock to our systems. So prayers going up. So much love to you, Den Darn. And we love you. We absolutely, positively love you. Wow. Now, as we get ready to get out of here, I love everybody that's here. As I said, we're headed over to Rebel's house. I want everyone that will to ride this raid train over with us if you're in the Twitch channels. And for those that are in Facebook, YouTube, Patreon, if you're in another location, Discord, watching, wherever you may be, so much love to you. And thank you for coming in here. I send you my peace. I send you my love. And as I like to say when we get up out of here, listen, this is a day and a time that I want you to determine, just like those videos that I showed you at the end, go to the net and smash it. It's in your power. You have the ability to do it. It's in you. You have boss energy, and definitely rock their world and make it twirl. And last, but certainly not least, I want you to come into this network where we got reinforcements, just like that Animal Kingdom video that we closed out with. That's the way we're riding for each other. Man, we are ride and die. We are ride and die up in here. And the love that we have and the fellowship and the camaraderie cannot be broken. And we're here for one another. And everybody, please know you are not alone. Not here in the Lion's Den. You are not alone. We are here for one another. And that's real talk. And that's real stuff. That ain't no made up stuff.
Oh, I feel for my
Well, I feel for my brother and I feel for my sister. This has been another edition of Yes You O Cube, one-on-one, just me and you. I am your spiritual thought leader, Regina L. Stillman. And listen, it's been another fine day here in the Lion's Den. Oh, think twice. It's just another day in paradise. And we run into the roar, Dr. Dady. Now, you can follow me out here on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Patreon, Discord, and more. You can find me out there, baby, because I'm out there. And the mantra that we don't have intimidation. We don't have fear. We have power. We have love. We have a sound mind. And our mantra, as long as we're operating in love, I am all powerful in love. Now, at the end of the day, we're not out here just bumping our gums talking about change, but babies, we plan to be the change. And at the end of the day, you're not alone. No, ma'am, no, sir. You are not alone. This pride, P-R-I-D-E, this Pride Alliance is relentless, and you're going to hear us roar. Now, don't be afraid of the roar. It's us, you, me, we, all, because we're all in this thing together. Now, we've been here in the Lion's Den on today, not the den of iniquity, but the den of activity. And it's been strong up in here. I mean to tell you, y'all been strong up in here. The Lion support is phenomenal. Once more and again, thank you for that hype train. I appreciate you so much. Kai Chick, BTD Mom, SK8843, Tommy Girls World, Royal Confessions, Dr. Dady Priest, Kim Possible 711. Thank you for those roaring biddies, you all. Y'all finished that thing strong at 117%. You didn't have to do it, but you did, and I love you. The Rebel Inc., Shelly Thunder, Michelle Browno, that's my blessed trinity. That mod squad is the best anywhere. We've got subs and resubs today. Den Darn, Chazzy Licious is cooking, Jackie 0722, Lady T, Sweet Petite, Stirs the Soul, Aunt Azalea, Buster F99, 7 Diva Rose 48, 68, Tommy's Girls World, Ava Odom, Squirt 1968, Ma 47, and Rock Rose 49. Come on in the Lions Den and do your thing. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Run to the Roar. Now, as we like to say when we get ready to get up out of here, copy that raid message. We're on our way to Rebel's house. Yes, we're on our way to Rebel's house. Copy that raid message and come go with us. We will do you good. Do what you love, love what you do, and at the end of this fantastic Friday, peace for your journey.
I feel for my brother. I miss you, man. Oh, I feel for my brother. You're my brother. I feel for my brother. Oh, no, no. Feel for my brother. I wanna go home. I feel for my brother. I won't forget you, no. I feel for my brother. I feel for my brother. I feel. Oh, I feel for my brother.
We praying for you, Royal Confessions. Godspeed and safe travel out there on the highway, my sister. I love you. I love you. I love you.